I'm KLC the Legend. I wasn't supposed to say hi guys, but I guess it.
What's up guys, KLC the Legend here, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy VII Remakes. KLC the Legend here, and welcome back to some more Sunset Overdrive, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment.
What's up guys, KLC the Legend here, and I wanted to make a special video to talk about the last 3 Let's Plays I've done to cap off the year, as I didn't want to leave this month without any content. With that being said, welcome to the official Royal Recall of 2025, and 2024 too, technically. In October of 2024, I had this crazy idea come to me. I should make YouTube videos. I've always wanted to do it since I was young, and I've got this computer now, right? How hard could it be? Little did I know that this would turn into something I never would have expected. As of the time of me recording this, the channel currently has 88 videos covering roughly 57 hours of footage. To me, that is one mighty accomplishment. I mean, to think that I just did this whole gig on a whim, only to have over 2 days worth of footage on my own YouTube channel? Insanity! When I started doing this, I had no idea what I was doing. There were many things I didn't know how to do, and I still don't, let's be real. But I pushed through and just tried to teach myself a new hobby, and I'm more than pleased with the result. With that introduction out of the way, the rest of this video will be mostly a retrospective of the 3 games I've covered so far, those being Shovel Knight Specter of Torment, Sunset Overdrive, and Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. The best moments, the questionable ones, and everything in between. It's been a good bit since I've played any of these, so join me as we take a trip down memory lane. Ah yes, Ground Zero, the very first series I covered on the channel, and one I hold dear to my heart, Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment. You know, originally, I was never going to upload this series at all. I'm pretty sure that in the finale I even mentioned that this was a test play turned let's play. Boy am I glad that I stuck with the footage to capture my first recording experience.
I had a lot of fun playing this game. This is the first Let's Play I've done, and you know, I said this was going to be a test play, but no, I think I'm actually going to upload this to YouTube. So if anybody's watching this in the future on YouTube, this was the test play turned let's play, Shovel Knight Specter of Torment.
While growing up, I came across people playing games on YouTube. It completely rocked my world, knowing that people could post their gameplay and share their adventures with others. As I got older, I always wondered what it would be like to do it myself, and well, here we are, I guess. In saying that, the first game I always wanted to play for a channel was what you're seeing now. I had much experience with this title, you see, beaten it a good few times, gotten all the collectibles, the whole 9 yards. So I figured, why not share my knowledge with the world? Or at least, that was the intention. So I'm sure the first major thing you'll notice with this footage is my microphone. I didn't have all the fancy tech you hear me on now. All I had was my headset I used, and still do, for my Xbox Series X. In saying that, my voice was not only shy, but also muffled like it was straight out of a Call of Duty lobby. Yeah, you know the one, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, why is it that when I flash somebody, it's like I just slapped them in the face with a fucking napkin from a little kid's birthday party?
However, I didn't let that stop me. I persevered in spite of that, and here we are with a completed series of 13 videos. My shortest series, you know, so far. As I played more, I became more comfortable with voicing my thoughts aloud as I pressed onward.
And there I am, looking as fearsome and cool as ever, I guess. Anyway,
since I had played the game before, I decided to make things more interesting by employing the power of RNG to craft my level order. This led to this being the most fun playthrough of this game that I've had. I mean, sure, sometimes it didn't work out.
I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. Are you serious? Dude. Okay, good thing I didn't break this checkpoint.
And other times I may have gone a bit insane.
But I can't get back up, and that's the problem right now for me. Well, I could always just Judgment Rush him. Wait. No, he had one hit. No. Is that gonna? How far is that gonna put me back? Dude, I shouldn't have broken that. Oh, he had one hit. Okay, alright.
But I like to think it made for a much more exciting experience in the end. Coupled with the fact that it was my first time making YouTube videos, my editing was very, very minimal. Though arguably, it kinda still is. I had no outro screens, I couldn't come up with a good intro, and I'm pretty sure I only had one video that had a moment from a previous episode.
We also had a pretty bad time in a specific section of that stage that admittedly I'm not very proud of. Let's think with our head. See, oh my... I should have thought about that.
However, I did take the time to try and cut footage as well as I could to keep the action going. I actually think the most editing I did on the series was during the bonus episode where I had to go back and round up the rest of the collectibles I was missing. Even with all the cringeworthy things about that series, I still look back on it with a great fondness. No idea what I was doing, no idea where it would go, but I wanted to do it for fun, and I did exactly that. As a matter of fact, it was so fun, I decided that I wanted to do it again, so I set my sights on another game that I always wanted to play for an audience. Unfortunately, I encountered a massive hurdle that stifled my progress completely towards my next series. Well, you see, I was going to get started on Sunset Overdrive, but the problem was that my computer was lacking the necessary power in order to make that happen. I only own the game on Xbox, so I thought to myself, why don't I just get a capture card? So boom, there I was with my brand new Elgato capture card, trying to get the thing set up, only for the ports in my PC to show their weakness, not allowing the card to work through any of them. Admittedly, I had a very light attempt to put an explanation video to touch bases and let you guys know where I had been all this time, but I could never get the groundwork done for it. That, and lots of things were changing at my job at the time. Sometimes, life just gets a little busy. I'm sure we all understand. Well, this did leave me a little disheartened. Right when I felt I was really getting this whole YouTube thing, I had little to no way of pursuing further. All I could do was be patient and try to get a new computer, which I did! But hey, it might have taken just a little bit longer than I expected. You know, that might be my fault. That's not important though. So this is the part where a ton of time passes in the lead up to my next series, and I think I have the perfect clip to encapsulate that. Okay, look, a lot of time passed and I also had to get used to my new PC, but in July of 2025, I was able to successfully launch my next project, Sunset Overdrive. Or how did I used to say it in the videos? Sunset Overdrive. And boy, did I have a ball covering this on the channel. Definitely more action-packed than Specter of Torment. Sunset Overdrive was my chance to play something much more graphically demanding. And it was just one of my top games I wanted to cover on the channel. An open-world action-adventure game where things only became more insane as time passes. And absolutely nothing bad happened in the last recording. Okay, let me just check OBS and my desktop audio hasn't been recording. I've been recording for almost 30 minutes. You have got to be kidding me! I mean, for starters, it's the end of the world, and we fight this evil soda company, and there's all kinds of guns, and we made Super Excalibur, and we formed a band, and we killed a giant balloon, and we killed a dragon, and we hit level 99, and... Sorry, I may have gotten a little ahead of myself there. Clearly, there was lots to do in-game, but I also tried to make an effort to do more with the editing. Something I started with this series on my last episode clips. You've seen them before. I give a quick small clip of the last episode, say a quick segue, and then we get right back to the adventure. Last time on Sunset Overdrive. Need to close the distance with these guys. Right here. No, that ran me over? Oh my god, it ran me over? Second death of the series, Crevito. Wow, it's good to be back, I guess. Now resuming the awesome apocalypse. At first, I didn't know how consistent I was gonna be with it, but I'm happy to report that these clips have become one of my favorite parts of my different series as time's gone on. Even though I felt my editing skill was slightly improving, I still was not squeaky clean by any stretch of the imagination. The major blunder I had while getting all the footage together was not understanding bitrate. So let's break it down. Simply put, bitrate affects the level of detail and quality in a video. I made the stupid mistake of thinking I could use the same bitrate with Specter as I did with Overdrive. Fun fact, I could not have been more wrong in believing that. As a result, a lot of the footage has a lot of pixelation in it, which isn't exactly something I can fix in post. Around episode 12 or so, I increased the bitrate quite a bit. I realized in my OBS settings this morning that I was recording at like a very low bitrate, and that was exactly why when I was rendering these videos out, I was getting these scheduled to be uploaded, I realized that the quality just wasn't great, and I was realizing why is everything so pixelated. So I'm happy to report that I have now hopefully fixed that, and if you're watching this video, I'm gonna assume and hope and pray that it's in a much better quality, so I can show you guys that this game, just how colorful and how great this game really looks. Anyway, it still wasn't fully to my liking, so I increased it again towards the end of the series. Though I'm still proud of the footage, I do wish I could go back in time with the knowledge I have now. Anyway, besides that small blemish, I'm actually very pleased with how the project turned out. It was fun to show off all the crazy guns in my arsenal. Boom! 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 Play through those very weird side quests.
What are you doing here? OMG. It's you! You have a base at the Hepcat Diner, right? OMG! I've been watching you at night. You're amazing! I know.
And even complete all the challenges. Even though I had some things I never expected to occur happen.
Real cream, they busted the navigation.
What
now?
What the? What's going on? I'm stuck. Can I get out?
Of course I can help.
I'm glitched in the wall. I'm glitched in the wall. This is the first time I've had a glitch like this happen. What? Sorry, I just had some massive lag. Oh, my Sunset Overdrive crashed. Oh my god, my Sunset Overdrive crashed. What just happened to me? My Sunset Overdrive just randomly crashed. Oh my god. Seriously, what was going on at the Mo oil rig? I think I managed to do a good job overall with both my gameplay and especially my commentary. And the best part, my fashion was on point. Well, for the most part, I guess. Time for the big one.
Shinra knows better than to stick its nose in my boss's business.
Like I give a shit.
So let's get this out of the way right now. I think we all know that Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade was my favorite game I've covered on the channel so far. I can't describe how much of a joy it was to play the game for YouTube, from the characters to the combat, the story, and everything in between. It was completely immaculate. But let's be real. If I'm being honest, this was definitely the most challenging project I've done so far. I'll give you a few reasons why. Number 1. This is the first game I played on the channel where I hadn't actually played it before on my own time. In saying that, I faced a lot of challenges commentary wise because I genuinely had no idea what to talk about most of the time. Thankfully, the game was more than willing to help me out in that matter.
Rude's not a bad person, really.
No,
His
I'm
name
not
is
bad.
Rude. His name
But like
is
it or not,
Rude.
I sometimes have to do bad things.
His name is Rude. Rude's not a bad person. Aerith, if you don't.
Don't take it personal.
Number 2. Since I had once again increased my bitrate before this project, I had no idea how much larger my file would be for the raw footage as well as the rendered footage. In saying that, many of the videos in the series were close to 15, sometimes 20 gigabytes. Now, that might not seem like very much to you, but going from videos that were less than a gig each for Specter Night, and videos for Sunset being between 3 and 8 gigabytes mostly, it was very bewildering. And finally, number 3. In direct correlation with reason 2, the videos in this series are without a doubt the longest I've done for a playthrough yet, anywhere from less than 30 minutes to almost 2 hours, with an average runtime of 47 minutes per episode. Remake easily took the most time to edit, render, and get uploaded to YouTube. It was totally worth it though. I loved everything about playing this game, so much so that I was honestly a little sad when I had to finish the project. There are so many moments that I still remember so vividly, like the Airbuster fight. Come on, Barrett.
Let's go! Let's go! I didn't even use a summon. I don't care that my mic is peaking right now, bro. I didn't use E3.
We don't have long to get clear.
Let's go, bro.
And get out of here.
Doing stuff in Wall Market. Heads or tails, no deal. Heads, tails. I'm not playing these games.
No thanks.
Oh,
Not a gambler. Nope.
I am heads.
The combat simulator challenges.
Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to lock in to do that. Holy Jesus, that was difficult, bro. I had to lock in to do that.
Genova? I mean, come on, guys. You knew I was gonna have that moment in this video. Nice. Ew, what is that? Okay, here we go, phase 3.
Yo! They're playing the fucking Genova theme! I don't give a fuck, bro, but that's sick! That's sick! Let's go, bitches!
And who could forget Tifa Lockhart?
Oh my god, there's Tifa! Tifa Lockhart. I mean, my god. Tifa looks so pretty! You know, we gotta check on Tifa. Of course we do, probably not.
Earth to KLC!
Oh, my fault. Let's focus back in, right? Right. And above all else, probably the things that glazed the most during the game, that divine level soundtrack. My thoughts exactly.
I gotta say,
They did not just do that, bro. They did not just do that. They did not just put a fucking dubstep beat over this. They did not. They did not do that, bro.
This experience was really like lightning in a bottle for me. It gave me the confidence I needed to try new games on the channel, and it also made me feel like I was getting much more comfortable with just being myself in these videos. I know I probably lost my cool here and there, and there were definitely some parts of the game that I didn't like at all, but I'm so glad I was able to make one of my dreams come true. After all, it was the main reason I had gotten this new computer in the first place. And that brings us to today. 3 different games fully completed on the channel. Honestly, I never expected to make it this far. This was just a hobby I was doing for fun, and granted, it still is exactly that, but now it's something that I can be more than proud of. I still have a lot to learn, clearly, but now I have my sights set on improving my gameplay, my commentary, and my editing skill to provide the best experience possible to you all. This has always been one of my dreams as a kid, and now I've made that a reality. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but I just wanted to give a very brief retrospective on what I've been able to accomplish up to this point. I don't know what the future has in store, but whatever the case may be, I hope that I can still be making content for you all, bringing you along on all of my, well, I think misadventures might be a better name to describe them. So, get ready folks. 2026 is going to be even better. More action, more games, and even more fun to be had. All that and more await us in the future. And all we have to do is take the next step forward. I'm hoping that you'll be willing to do that with me. So, finally, after what I consider to be a pretty successful year, and 2024 too, as best as I could, you know, I still think I did pretty good with that. Anyway, that's not the point of this. The point is to say that this is KLC the Legend. Thank you for such an amazing year, and I will see you guys sometime in January for the next series, so I hope you're just as excited as I am, because we're going to have a lot of new things going on in that one. Okay, that's enough self-promotion. Seriously though, I'm KLC the Legend, and until we meet again, may your life be legendary.